First of all, I wanted to tell y'all I quit my 9 to 5 job with $0 in my bank account. And today I wanted to explain to y'all the easiest and fastest method to really leave the matrix, and happily leave the matrix and be met with abundance once you leave it, okay? So make sure to hit the like button to help with the algorithm and really help spread this message to more people so we can get more people to leave their 9 to 5s and we can get more people to leave the matrix and really start living in their heaven on earth, okay? Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. Of course, as usual, we have these live streams every Sunday and Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all do the conversions. Okay. So let me just fix this real quick. And then now we are back on. Let's see. So like I said earlier, I quit my 9 to 5 job with $0 in my bank account. Now, there was some planning involved with this, but one of the biggest tips that I learned traveling from other people was that sometimes you have to start from zero. Once you start from zero, you are actually creating I don't want to say a vacuum, but you're creating space for money to be filled in, right? Whereas if you quit your 9 to 5 job and you're kind of sitting comfortably with abundance of money in your bank account, you might be wondering, oh, why am I not met with more money? Why am I not met with more abundance? Of the reasons could be that you didn't really establish that trust with the universe beforehand. And that's one of the most important things, probably the easiest way to really step out of the matrix is to start trusting the universe, trusting God, and really trusting that God will support you on this journey, on this new transition into a life of freedom and abundance and happiness. But you got to trust. And that's one of the things I think a lot of people are missing too. They haven't trusted enough previously. So that's one of the reasons why it keeps people from exiting the matrix is because they're always like, oh, I don't know if I have enough money. I don't know if I'm meant to leave right now. I'm trying to do the thing where I'm like half in, half out, build my business, but also still working. And for a lot of y'all, y'all are in that half in, out, and you're not seeing the changes that you want, right? You're not seeing the abundance of clients coming in. You're not seeing the abundance of money coming in to support you to really leave the, right? Because you're half in, half out. You're not trusting the universe. You're not trusting God. You're telling God, I don't really trust you to provide for me. So you know what? I'm going to stay with this 9 to 5 job. Maybe even working part-time might help you with that. But you're communicating to God that you don't trust, and you need to start trusting God. That's one of the biggest I think fears a lot of people have, right? We've been programmed to trust the system. We've been programmed to trust the 9 to 5 system of having a job, having a car or some kind of vehicle. Spending so much money on our housing, spending so much money on our cost of living to the point where our cost of living isn't really doing anything for us anymore, right? We're so used to trusting that system, trusting this more, right? When really we need to really step into trusting God, trusting the universe to provide for us. This is the biggest key, okay? This is one of the first things I learned when I started becoming a digital nomad. This was one of the first things that I learned when I started to really travel, was that I need to trust God, okay? I needed to trust God. So you absolutely need to start doing that. You need to start trusting God. You need to start seeing the signs, trusting the signs, trusting the affirmations of people, okay? Trusting that, every conversation that you have is going to get you closer and closer to leaving the matrix. Y'all don't understand, you need to start trust the biggest thing. A lot of people, they say oh my God, me and God are like this. But it's bruh, first of all, y'all supposed to be like this. Y'all supposed to be one and the same, right? It's not like this. Because then you're implying that you separate from God, right? Which you're not. You're one and you're one and the same. We are with God, always with us. And so, but a lot of people say that, but then they don't really trust, right? So it's part of that trust is it's so important. You need to have that trust to leave the matrix, okay? I definitely recommend going on solo travel trips. This is one of the best ways to really build trust with God. Those trips to travel to a new place, it doesn't have to be out of the country, right? It can be to another city. You need to build that trust with the universe so that when the time comes that you're okay, wait, no, this is the biggest time. It's time for me to leave the matrix. It's time for me to step out of it. You out of it, okay? But you need to take those baby steps first. For some of y'all, you need to take the baby steps, and that's okay. But you need to absolutely trust the universe, trust God, and trust that God's going to provide for you too. I think every single time I was in a situation where I was met with the unknown, Every single time, God provided for me in a way that was even better than I imagined before. But you have got to trust the universe, okay? Again, a lot of y'all, you're so used to trusting the system. And the thing is, the times we're living in, especially the next 10 years, there's going to be so much shaking within the system. The system is going, like the foundation of the systems that have been built the past couple hundred years, they're going to fall apart. That's just what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. It's going to fall apart. And what I really want for y'all is to be prepared for that. And one of the ways to prepare is to really trust God, trust the universe, and just like always know that you're protected, always know that you're safe. That's the other thing. Like the system does such a good job of feeding fear into us that we get scared to branch out. We get scared to quit our jobs. We get scared to travel alone or travel solo. And this is the biggest way to really blocking y'all from really receiving abundance. You need to trust. You absolutely need to trust, okay? It's crazy because like that system has actually, I don't want to say replaced God for some of y'all, but for some of y'all, like you trust that system more than you trust God. And it's like, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? We're supposed to be one. We're supposed to be one with God. We're supposed to trust God, to trust the universe. And you know, it's really, oh, hi from Brazil, peace, okay. And you really need to start just trusting that process. Trusting your process too is the other big thing. That's the other thing a lot of people don't know and they don't realize. Everybody has their own way of getting to their version of heaven, okay? It's not all the same. For some of y'all watching, maybe you want to be an artist or you want to be a musician, and you want to, you know, you really want your music or your sound, your art, your creativity to be seen, right? Don't try to do it the way everybody else is doing it, right? That's again, trusting the system. Whenever you want to step out of the matrix or programming that is set up that you know isn't serving you anymore, you need to start doing your way, okay? And this includes healing too. I want y'all to start healing your way. I want y'all to start making money your way, okay? But with reason and make sure it's in, you know, it's for everybody's highest good, okay? Okay now. But we got to start doing it our way, right? Everybody is a completely different person. Everybody is so like unique, okay? You need to start tapping that uniqueness. You need to start tapping into you, yourself, and you need to like kind of start creating your world from that, right? Creating your own healing process from that. What does that look like for you, right? Creating your own industry from that. For some of y'all who are watching, maybe y'all want to create your own industry. Start creating that. Make it better, right? We're here to make things better than the old ways of doing things, because we can see right now the old ways of doing things, they are not working. They're just not working right now. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest lesson. Working, and they're going to continue to fall apart. So again, for those of y'all watching, I want y'all to really start to realize that you need to start doing things believe in your way, do things your way, and watch it flourish. Watch you tap into abundance easily, okay? The most easiest to get out of the matrix is to tap into knowing you, know your inner self, know like your inner love, know your inner uniqueness, know your inner world. What kind of world do you want to live in? That's the question you gotta start asking yourself too. What kind of world do you want to live in, okay? And like go to the extreme. Like for some of y'all, if you want to see like dragon in the sky, and if you want to start really tapping into like the magical world that really truly does exist, tap into it. Start imagining it, okay? Start interacting with the world as something that is a world that is from you, that's separate from you, okay? But when you want to start leaving the matrix, leaving your 9 to 5, this is like one of the biggest things you can realize is that the world you create comes from you. The power is within you, okay? That's kind of one of the reasons why the matrix was created, because they wanted to keep us from expressing our versions of how we should live our lives, right? They wanted to keep us from living life, from being our happiness, from raising our vibration. The purest way to raise your vibration is from happiness. Just be happy. That's the simplest, easiest way, okay? That's the other trick when it comes to leaving the matrix. You want to prioritize your happiness. I started prioritizing my happiness. It was crazy. That was when I started to quantum leap. It was like, I did this in 4 months, y'all. 4 months. I quantum leaped in 4 months. I had to say bye to some friends. I had to stop seeing some other friends as often as I did because I was proud of my happiness. But I'm telling you, once you do that, God is just going to do all of the work for you. God is going to sweep you off your feet, get you to where you need to be, and God is going to be able to provide abundance, okay? And remember that abundance doesn't necessarily mean money. It means abundance. It means having an abundance of like fruit. Like that was one of the biggest things. My diet completely changed once I quantum leaped. Like, I mean, it changed, but when I quantum leaped, I had access to more abundance, more food, more fruits, more vegetables, fresh vegetables from farms. I just had access to the things that were going to really serve me and bring more abundance into my life, okay? So that's the other thing. You need to follow your happiness. Do what makes you happy every single day, okay? Today, I started my morning. Usually, I start my morning with a workout. Today, I started dancing. That's what was going to make me happy. My workout, I love my workout, but I have to admit, I'm not running and smiling. I mean, sometimes I am if I get the downloads, because that's when I get downloads too, is when I'm running. But so sometimes I'll run and smile. Usually I'm not really smiling or running, right? I'm running. So you want to start now, you're going to bring a smile to your face. Because remember, like, I know some of y'all know this. Remember, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. We are naturally meant to smile. We are supposed to be smiling all the time. This is our natural state. Okay? You really need to tap into that happiness. That's what's going to accelerate your leap or your exit out of the matrix, your exit out of your 9 to 5, okay? Is following what makes you happy. Fit it in throughout the whole day, okay? From when you wake up to your lunch break, I don't care when it is, you need to fit in happiness whenever, okay? And happiness means tapping into you, into the expression of who you are, creating that world, okay? So for some of y'all are writers, you need to start writing out your world. Create it, write it down on a piece of paper. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What colors do you see? Really tap into that kind of expansion of what your new world is going to look like, okay? Because the matrix can very much keep you super like boxed in, right? One of the easiest ways to leave the matrix is to kind of get your brain really out of the box every single day as often as possible, okay? What I mean by that is try to be in that new version, that new world as much as you can, okay? Daydream. I hate that they really programmed us, or they programmed some of us. Me, I still daydream like throughout school, but in school they programmed us not to daydream, not to look out the window. Girl, let me tell you, I was looking out that window every single day in class because I was like, this is boring. I just want to like live my little fantasy real quick. Do that. Do more of that. We've like so much of us have lost touch with that like inner child. Remember, we are the children of God, so we really need to start that inner child, tapping into that playfulness, okay? Tapping into the truth of who we are and why we came to this earth, which was to really be happy and be in love and be in a heaven, okay? In our heaven, to really create ourselves, like create our world and have the world come from within us instead of something that's happening to us, okay? Some of y'all need to hear that. Get out of that victim mindset. That victim mindset isn't going to serve you. A lot of people who live in the matrix, they have that victim mindset, okay? I would say the majority of the people live in the matrix have the victim mindset. The only people who might not have the victim mindset is the people who are kind of controlling the matrix. I guess the sheep herders, wolves, whatever you want to call them. But I think even to some degree, they have a victim mindset too when it comes to the people above them, right? Gotta really like take things into perspective if you want to leave the matrix, okay? You really absolutely have to start to just be in that heaven. The more you're in your heaven, the more easily it's going to be for God things in place for you to leave the matrix, okay? Because again, it's not your job to leave the matrix. It's your job to decide when is going to be the best time. I'm telling you right now, God is going to give you a sign to leave the matrix. God's going to say, hey, something's going to happen. I don't know what it is, because again, everybody is different. Everybody's an individual. I'm not going to give y'all some blanketed statement that's going to apply to everybody, because this is going to happen to everybody in their way, right? But God is going to give you a sign to leave the matrix, and you need to just make sure to be prepared, okay? Remember, I have $0 in my bank account, okay, when I left the matrix. And it was interesting too at first, because I was like, I don't know if this is the way. But I think again, like now, it's like for me, it was a matter of trust. For some of y'all, maybe you already trust the universe enough where you don't have to do that. But like again, it's a matter of trust. It's a matter of just trusting the universe, okay? It's a matter of knowing that more money is going to come, that zero is going to go back up infinitely, okay? And there's going to be so much abundance coming into your life. It's about really trusting the universe that provide for you, that doing what makes you happy, is going to really bring more abundance into your life, okay? So that's like the basics of how to leave the matrix. I really wanted y'all to just have the two, trusting and happiness. That's the two big things, okay? In terms of like, 'cause like I said, like I'm giving y'all a general like feeling, like that's the two things I want y'all to tap into is trust and happiness. Because again, I think people are like bringing out, or like they have like do A, B, and C, like save up your money, work part-time, work on your business part-time, overwork yourself, burn out. I kind of just don't believe in that because I don't think it's necessary. Like it's not necessary. And the other thing is, it's like, again, it's a blanket. And I think it has worked for some people. But again, I really do believe each of y'all are individual. Each of y'all have a unique way of exiting the matrix that you guys need to tap, right? So the other thing is you want to meditate. But really what I'm saying, you don't even have to meditate. I want y'all to daydream. Daydream and imagine. That's what's going to help you tap into your unique way of exiting the matrix, okay? That's something else we can like one-on-one if you want. But again, you just need to tap into you, tap into that inner child that really loves you and that really is here to be in their happiness all the time, okay? So I'm gonna go through the comments real quick. There's money on my shirt, yes. I disagree. Okay, that's fine. It's okay if you disagree, that's okay. Trust, like you kind of can't not trust God. Like if you are on this journey of exiting the matrix, if you're like ready to quit your 9 to 5 and you're like, this is really taxing on my soul, you need to trust God. Like there's no other way around it, really. There's no other way around it. You absolutely need to trust God. Like that's the biggest thing I've learned through these past like 4 years of traveling was that you really just need to trust. Like trust God every single time and know that you'll be met with abundance and love and happiness. And the other thing I want to say is for y'all who are watching, if you have any questions, any struggles with exiting the matrix, comment below, okay? Comment below this video. Ask me anything and I will answer, okay? Because I really want more people to leave the matrix. We got to get on board, y'all, because we had a little taste with COVID, but it's gonna be another one. There's gonna be another one coming, and I really want y'all to prepare so that y'all are met with abundance. Because during COVID, look, I'm gonna be honest, I experienced COVID completely differently, and that's something that we're gonna talk more on my school. I don't really that here on YouTube, but I experienced COVID completely differently. I was met with abundance. I was met with love, with happiness. I know a lot of y'all were missing happiness, pure happiness when when you experienced COVID. I don't want y'all to experience it again. I want y'all to really tap into the abundance that there of us, like there's like a collective group of us who experienced COVID very differently, and I want that for y'all too. So stay tuned. I will see y'all on Wednesday evening, 9 p.m. EST. And on Thursday, we are going to kind of tap back into this idea of daydreaming and being playful and tapping into that inner child, because y'all, we need to start planning that mass exit out of the matrix, okay? So